Good morning, everybody. Alexander here, Highwinds EDC. It's been a while, and I'm very sorry for that. Just had a lot of things in life going on. I did a couple of career changes. I was working with a friend for the summer, and that was really good. I love that job. It was good, but it just wasn't what I needed at the time. So then I switched jobs. Now I work with the Department of Transportation. Which is a really good job. I like it. I'm a part of a bridge crew maintenance and repair team, and it's awesome. I love it. Love the guys that I work with. I've been there for almost 2 months now, and so yeah, here I am. I had a lot of adjusting to do, but yeah, I'm kind of trying to get back into it. I need to do a couple of full reviews that I've been neglecting, but we're gonna get into it here. Off camera, I have just an ensemble of my collection and stuff. We're gonna do a full review of this amazing guy right here. This is a Peña Knives Apache, and this is a wonderful, beautiful custom-made knife by Enrique Peña. And we're just gonna try to get in close. We're gonna give you a little bit of light. Sorry. I'm gonna deploy it. It is a front flipper deployment method. But before I get into that, let's go ahead and do a full pocket check and just kind of go over that very quickly. On my finger, I have my Clocks and Colors endless ring that hasn't changed. I got this leather lanyard I got from Maryland. Me and my wife and the family went on vacation, and I got it at one of those little convenience stores, and I just had it on ever since. Love it. It's got some character now. We'll go front right pocket is my Demco 8020.5 complete reblade with rock scale design scales, Lynch Northwest deep pocket carry clip. Huge shout out to Sharp Things, Joshua. You are awesome for hooking me up with this thing, man. I really appreciate it. Yesterday I actually swapped out. It was running on the original factory bearings, which are fine. Those are good, decent, okay bearings. I have nothing to cry home about. I swapped it with thick washers, so we're gonna try this as a legit work knife. It's running on phosphorus bronze washers. Just over the last 24 hours, I would even say it hasn't even been a full 20. I don't have a watch on. I don't know why I'm looking at. But this thing has been awesome. I really like it, and the action is already starting to break in relatively nice. I do need to do a full deep cleaning. Yesterday when I did it at work, and just real quick hot swap. Cleaned it off a little bit, but I could really use a good deep cleaning. In the front right pocket as well is the Paradrop Leather Triari Urban EDC Supply exclusive with the Sega Haya pattern. Let's try and get that on camera, not me. It's just a beautiful piece. It's still holding up very well. I rarely use this one for work. This is like my dress up, church, go-to. Today I'm gonna be running some errands. Yeah, one of the errands that I'll be running is the finding out the gender of my new child. My wife is pregnant right now, so that's another transition I've been going through. So it's just, these things are wonderful. This is a perfect carry for this reveal. I'm also going to be carrying in there Raylight Pineapple Mini, smooth precision pens, bolt action pen, Knipex pliers, and my Glow Rhino pry bar is in that. So a lot of carry in there. Front left pocket is going to be Carry Commission Hitchhiker with Rustic Heirloom collaboration. We've got my chapstick. I love this stuff. EOS is a really good chapstick, especially for me, the way I like it. And then I got a bandana, cotton bandana from a flea market. Everybody was asking about my keys. Kind of go into that. This is my key setup. I'm gonna try to hide my house key, but this is an ace from this piece right here. From the link all the way to the clasp is from Tale of Knives. It's a good little setup. I've got one of those shackles from the big block stores I put on there. Key fob. I've got a key for a work laptop. I've got this Glow Rhino fob. I might take this off, and I might take off this as well. And then I have a little brass piece with Alex L on it. That's my last initial. And then that goes clipped on the right hand side to the belt, tucked in behind, and so only thing that lives in there are my keys and my bandana. So if I'm jiggling around, it's not like making a huge amount of noise. It's not just kind of flopping around, gets snagged, caught on something. back left pocket, it's where my phone goes. And on the hip today, we are carrying, sorry, you're not gonna be able to see it, is a belt sheath, and it's carrying the Apache. So yeah. The reason why I'm doing a full review on this is because a friend of mine, Damien, has asked for it. He's got a custom Apache, and he just kind of wants to see what my full review, first impressions are. Not first impressions, I'm sorry, my full review, what my overall impressions are on carrying a custom knife. I'll be honest with you guys, I carry my custom knife and I use it. I've done a use video in the past. I'll have to link it in the description probably. And just to show you guys that I actually use this stuff. So it does diminish its value, but not in my heart, because of things like heirloom factor that I'm going to pass down to my sons, or even my daughter as well. Just stuff like that, you know. So here we're going to talk about it. We're going to do a typical High Winds review. We're going to start from, come on, focus up, from tip to butt. First and foremost, let's just talk about this blade shape. It's a beautiful sheep's foot style blade. I'm going to focus up on this now. Hopefully it'll bring it to the foreground a little bit better. Brighten it up. There we go. That's a little bit better. I kind of adjust the exposure. So it's got a beautiful sheep's foot style blade in true Peña fashion. This is just beautiful. The hand rub satin on this, guys, I really want to try to focus in on. It's just beautiful, both sides. You can tell there's some pocket lint up here in the action. Close to, let's see, let's go. Better. That's about a good spot. So let's focus on that. Maybe even zoom in. Let's try that. Yeah, here we go. Better. You can see the Peña logo. It's just his name etched on. Very beautiful. Love the look and the boxy nature of it all. It's got a choil here, sharpening choil. I will say that gets in the way of cutting a lot, and it can be a bit of a nuisance. So you just definitely have to keep the blade of the tip of the blade angled down, and just make sure you can pass through whatever it is that you're cutting. So yeah, just take a look at that beautiful hand satin. It goes in this direction. I carry this thing weekly, at least 3 times a week, depending on what it is that I'm doing, trying to accomplish. And this blade, as beautiful as it is in its hollow grind nature, it goes down to a very thin edge. It is in 154 cm as well, so that's Peña's custom choice. I believe he just likes the way he can get this grind on it, the hand satin grind. That's not even the most beautiful part. Like, yes, you could, this alone is signature to Peña and a lot of his customs, but then you also have this portion of the knife. This beautiful micarta made by G.L. Henson, Greg Henson, famous for a lot of his micarta, G-carta and stuff like that. This is G-carta, I believe. So it's G-carta down this way. It's got a red G10 liner, and then it's got this brown or burlap style micarta this way with a beautiful titanium, I believe, shield. Just a beautiful, beautiful knife. Both sides are virtually identical. There's one small void right here. I'm gonna try to focus up on it. Where that red gap is, looks like Neptune's hurricane. Not Neptune. No, Jupiter's hurricane. I'm an idiot. And so yeah, it's just a very, very, very beautiful knife, and we are here for it. We appreciate it and all of the things. It is a liner lock knife with a even the liner is just beautiful. There's a good little action shot right there. Sorry. It's very beautiful. I've already got some scuffs on the butt because, like I said, I use this thing. I try to take it out as much as possible. It rubs into things, especially being on my back, and that's fine. It's got this beautiful back spacer, and the ergonomics are pretty neutral. If you look at it like this, I can get a good little grip on it, and we're there. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got a good grip, and fits in the hand quite nicely, and then you can just like do your cuts or pull cuts or like this are really nice as well. I haven't stabbed it in like this, but I would be cautious. Keep your thumb on the top and then cut this way, and it's just a great knife. Action is great. I've only disassembled it once, and it was a nightmare, so I'm very keen on making sure that I don't have to do it as much, so I definitely won't be sticking it in dirt. I'm not going to abuse this knife. This beautiful, beautiful knife. I'm not going to abuse it, but I definitely am going to treat it with all the dignity and respect of a custom that was handmade and fabricated here in Texas. So yeah, very beautiful. The heirloom factor is just dazzling. I've come to call this micarta I've called it red dirt micarta. I personally messaged Greg Henson to ask him what the name of it was when it was fabricated and created, and he didn't remember. And so I might reach out to him again, see if he remembers again. But I have come to calling it my red dirt micarta Apache, because here in West Texas we got a lot of red dirt. We have a lot of Texas pride, red dirt, country boys, all this other, you know, just yappity yap. But I really resonate with the term red dirt because it's something that I grew up in here in East Lubbock. I grew up there. My great grandmother had a small little ranch, and there was a dirt road going up to it, and it was just Caliche Road, but I just kind of really resonate. I've done a lot of excavation in my life and stuff, so it's like red dirt, red dirt, red dirt, red dirt, and it's got a lot of iron content and stuff. So I've called this my red dirt Apache, and I love it so much. I'm not afraid to use it. I am afraid to break it, so there's a difference. I don't want to take this out into a field like I do and like break the tip off or something like that. I've sharpened it, I've honed it, and so that's at the stage where I'm at. I've reprofiled it a little bit, but now all I really do is I just hone the edge and I strop it a lot, and so try to keep that edge pretty much going. Let's do some size comparisons while we're here. We're going to compare it to another Apache, but in this case it's going to be an X series. You can tell this one's been used a lot as well, but here we go. It's a little longer, ever so slightly. I mean, it could just be because of the camera manipulation or something like that, but it's thinner for sure. It's thicker than the X series slip joint, but it's probably just as thick as the X series front flippers that he has. Let's see, let's compare it to another Pena, which is my Peña X series Mula. So if you have ever had a Mula and you know the neutral grips and everything like that, it's a relatively the same size. Let's see, let's compare it to a Spyderco Native 5. This one's also been used and abused, and I love it. Relatively the same size, a little bit shorter. If you go pivot to pivot, you almost lose it. You almost can't tell, but the Native 5 is slightly longer. Let's compare it to an Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. Pivot to pivot, sorry. And we're looking at some pretty good sizes. This is like, this size is like me. Like, I love this size. This is a good size for me, personally. For a lot of you guys with larger hands, maybe not so much. Let's go ahead and compare it to a Demco 8020.5. This is an S35VN model. So if you guys have a Demco 8020.5 or have ever held one, this is kind of more or less what that looks like. And let's compare it also to a Mora knife. This has been a beater that I used for my irrigation job that I had during the summer. This is a Mora knife. Really good little just beater I've had for a little while. Kind of compare it to that. So there you go. Let's see, what else can we do? That's good for now. How I've been carrying it, because it doesn't have a pocket clip, which I'm not completely depressed about. If anything, I would ask maybe to get it tapped for a 3D milled titanium stone washed clip, but honestly, I love it just the way it is, because from West Texas, being from West Texas, a lot of men that I know, they carry a slip joint. And how do they carry a slip joint? They carry it in something like this. This is just like a basic sleeve, basic sheath for a belt to be carried. This one goes scout carry, and you know, cowboys just, especially around West Texas, even Latinos and older gentlemen, just carry a knife like that, and this is it. This is how they carry their one and only knife. They may even free carry it in the pocket. Personally, I have a new one. I wish I could show you guys. Let's see. Man, I'm not going to take off my belt because I'm also carrying my firearm. But anyways, yeah. The action on it is great. It's got some bearings. It's running on bearings. It's a really, really good knife. I'm trying to think of anything else. It's just beautiful because the micarta pattern, it's not something that you see every day. The cost of this one to me was around the $600 knife range, $600 range. And so yeah, it's definitely a hefty price to pay. But for $600, you get a full custom made here in Texas, especially. That's very important to me. It's something that sorry, my dog's barking. Hush. Hey. It's okay. So anyways, all good things. Let's get another, sorry about that. Let's get another look at it. Hush! Yeah, she's not gonna listen. Anyway, so here you go. Here's a close-up look of the Peña knife, Apache, in all of its glory. And we are here for it. There's the scuff marks. This is a user for sure. The action's still nice, so let's take a look at that. Still really good. Let's try to go over. Oops, sorry. I'll try to go, that's this, and then thumb flicking, and it's good to go. And I like it because it's not super imposing, it's not super intimidating, it's not like it's definitely not a mullah where it's like, boom, the action's out, and it's a longer blade, and it looks tactical and stuff like that. So it's just a good knife to have and to hold. So yeah, all right guys, this is gonna wrap up the video. This is a full review. I'm gonna give it all the praise because sorry, I didn't know how far I am from the camera. I'm gonna give it all the praise because I absolutely love this knife. It's gonna definitely be a keeper. Seriously, I don't ever consider any reason for ever selling it, and so yeah, there's that. Another way that I carry it, sorry, it did come in this sleeve. So every now and then, whenever I'm wearing like basketball shorts or something, I throw it in this. And then I didn't love having this and then having to carry like a flashlight, especially in the evening. So I had South of Civil make this for me. And I carried this very, very rarely, especially during the warmer months. And then I'll throw a flashlight in there. So that way I can have a knife and a flashlight at the very least, walking around the house in basketball shorts or PJs or something like that. So I can just still do this number. I love this number. And then have the custom with me, or even my slip joint. So yeah, it's another way I carried it. It fits in my small paradrop, but I never carry real. Hey, zip it. Sorry guys, we're gonna wrap up here pretty soon. All right, she's throwing a tantrum, and I'm gonna let her out of her kennel so she can run around and be herself. Anyways guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Next review is either going to be of this guy right here. I've had it for a couple months now, and just some other stuff. I got a cool unboxing coming up. It'll be here next week, so we'll see. All praise be to God. Thank you so much for everything. Goodbye.